I have a question about using tapping in the moment because it's such a physically visible thing to do. So suppose you're in a board meeting or something and somebody says something and it gets to you and you know right now tapping would make such a big difference in my feeling of self-confidence, for example, but I'm not going to sit here in a board meeting and do tapping.
Yes. I look forward to the day where tapping is so well known
Yes. Yeah.
that especially in heated meetings, everybody's doing it. It's like, okay, everybody calm down, because when we get agitated, the prefrontal cortex, our rational brain, goes offline, and we go into reptile or mammalian brain, and we're not thinking clearly. We're not making the best choices. That's not how a meeting should be run. When people are in meetings making decisions, we want people to be as clear and rational as possible. So, ideally, in the future, everyone would just accept this and go, oh, it'd be really good if we were all just calming down so we get the best result, as opposed to people just fighting for their ego and their fear and things like that. In the meantime, there is subtle tapping that you can do. There are points on the fingertips that you can tap under the table, and I do this sometimes if I'm in places where I don't want people to know that I'm tapping. It's like, I just choose to feel more calm right now, and I may not be agitated, but I just want to be as calm as possible, as open as possible. We can hold points. You might be sitting there and going like this, and just briefly do it, and no one will even notice.
Right.
I did this once. I was at the opera, and I was not feeling real great, so I just kind of sat there like this, and it's fine, because if you go to the opera, you'll see a number of people are kind of, so it fit right in. So there are, and a lot of people find it very beneficial to mentally tap.
What do you mean when you say mental?
Oh, so they just imagine tapping the points. So they just been there, and
Imagine that
yeah,
your finger is there
yeah,
without actually being there.
yeah,
Okay.
and it makes sense because we send impulses.
Yeah.
So if I move my finger, I'm just sending a thought to move my finger. So it makes sense. Why couldn't I just imagine tapping that and be stimulating that and sending electrical impulses to those areas?
Because that actually links to another question that I had, because it's a very physical movement and not everybody is able to actually do the physical round. So you would then be able to do it mentally.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I personally, I prefer the kinesthetic effect
Yeah.
of the tapping, and
It keeps your focus as well.
it keeps my focus. It's like the drum beat to a song. um, for me, it would look silly to be saying and having people repeat things back without the tapping going from point to point.
Yeah.
So I prefer that, but yeah, a lot of people find that very beneficial to do that as well.
Yeah.